Hello students, good morning. All scholars, students, listeners, those who are listening at home and attending online classes, I welcome all. Now, today we are going to discuss about our health. If asked what are health decisions, most of us would answer in terms of hospitals, doctors, and pills. Yet we are all making a whole range of decisions about our health which go beyond this limited area. For example, whether or not to smoke, exercise, wear a belt, drive a motorbike, drink alcohol regularly. The way we reach decisions and form attitudes about our health are only just beginning to be understood. The main paradox is why people consistently do things which they are known to be very hazardous. Two good examples of this are smoking and not wearing seat belts. Addiction helps keep smokers smoking, and whether to wear a seat belt is only partly affected by safety considerations. Taken together, both these examples underline elements of how people reach decisions about their health. Understanding this process is crucial. We can then more effectively change public attitudes to hazards. Voluntarily activities like smoking. Smokers run double the risk of contracting heart disease, several times lung cancer as compared to non-smokers. Despite extensive press campaigns, or especially in the past 20 years, which have regularly told smokers and car drivers the grave risk they are running, the number of smokers and seat belt, whereas has remained much the same. Although the numbers of deaths from road accidents and smoking are publicized, they have aroused little public interest. If we give smokers the real figures, Will it alter their views on the dangers of smoking? Unfortunately, not. Many of the real figures are in the form of probabilistic estimates, and evidence shows that people are very bad at processing and understanding this kind of information. The kind of information that tends to be relied on both